Right guys, Arrma Kraton. So I've done the unboxing and things. I've done a first run, and I'll put some videos at the end of this for you, just some little clips. Wasn't particularly successful. I run it completely stock with the exception of the things that I talked about during the unboxing. So the RPM wheelie bar, which seemed to work really well. I had loads of great advice from people on my last video, which I completely agree with, but I just wanted to run it stock to see what happens. And yes, it needs all the diff fluids need sorting out and thickening up, and a few things need strengthening and bits here and there. So I did break it, pull the body off, and what I broke was one of these ends here that pulled through. It was a bit of a nasty landing, to be honest. I was doing some front flips, landed quite heavy on that corner. I'm going to be replacing it with a stock part, so it's Arrma, and the part number is AR330203. I've got spares of these now. I didn't have at the time. I recommend anyone getting one of these. Certainly get yourselves some of these. They're not a lot of money. Obviously handy to have, because I could have fixed it there and then. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to strip it all down. I'm not going to do it all on video, because that'll probably bore you guys to tears. I did manage to find the shock spring, luckily, so I've got that. I lost the cap off the end, but the packet comes with them. As part of my rebuild, one of the things I'm going to be doing is fitting this chassis. So this is by Sons RC. Nice bit of handmade quality workmanship. About 2mm thicker than stock. The stock one is prone to bending, and people do put braces and upgrades across. With this chassis, it's not needed. It's been quite well tested by Steve at Sons RC on his. So that's what I'm going to do. It's part of the rebuild. It's all going to be getting built back on this chassis. So not a lot else to say really. Could have done with more power, but I think once all the fluids and oils are sorted out and it's putting the correct amount of power to the wheels, and I haven't just got the fronts ballooning up, it'll all be good. The major downside I had was trying to get it to wheelie, because all the energy was being lost through that centre diff. I think the centre diff's basically going to be empty of oil, because I had a big puddle of oil in the box, so I'm guessing that's what it was. I'm going to replace that with 1 million on the recommendation of quite a few of you guys, so thank you for that. I'll probably put 500,000 front and rear, and possibly look at changing the shock oil, but I'll just see as it goes. Alright, so I'm now going to start stripping it down, and if there's any interesting bits I come to, I shall put the camera back on and you guys can see. Okay guys, here she is, all rebuilt, almost ready to go. I forgot to bring the shock spring with me, so I need to go home and grab a shock spring, and then that's good to go. Front and rear discs weren't too bad in the end, so I left them as is, and I put million weight in the middle, and the middle was essentially empty, and what was in there was like water, so not really suitable. I'm hoping that's going to have helped. We've got this tremendous chassis which is added so much strength. There's no flex at all. I mean, you know, the usual bend and weak spots on this now isn't going to be a problem. Yes, I've still got the plastic braces in. They'll be getting changed out for metal ones, but there's now no need to put a big brace going across the middle. It's going to have upgraded shock towers on. We get around to doing them, and the rear one won't be cut out. So where this is cut out, oh, let's put it around so you see it. This is cut out for the wing to come through. Adds quite a big weak spot. So that'll be left solid, and it's going to have something like an HPI trophy truggy wing mount to mount the wing straight onto the bulkhead, rather than having these holes cut through. So other than that, really straightforward job, really easy to do. You know, for anyone who's bought one of these, buying one of these, and is a bit unsure about working on it, I thought swapping the bits over from chassis to chassis and getting into the centre diff was really easy, especially compared to some of the cars. The front and rear diffs, a little bit more to get into them, but nothing too crazy. So that's what I'm going to do. That's it really for the video. I need to put my spring on there. I'm going to go and run her and give her another test. I'm still leaving the stock wheels and tyres on because I want to see what they do. I'll put a few videos, a few little clips at the end of this from the bashing session when I first used it. That'll have some X-Max jumps in and things like that as well, so you can watch them. And then I'll make another video showing you how it runs after I've done this. And then we'll go from there and hopefully turn this into an e-revo killer. That's my main task. I want to make this better than an e-revo, which I don't think is going to be very difficult from what I've seen so far. Alright guys, cheers for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and hit that bell button.
Every single day